Laura here. Nice of you to join me. Right, we're on to part 15 in the Chest of Memories series of videos. I can't believe part 15. Wow, this has been a mammoth project, but I've loved every minute of it. If you want to see how the actual book was made, click on this link here and that will take you to part 4 of the Chest of Memories video, and that tells you how to make the actual outside covers and your spine and your hinges. I just didn't want to repeat myself in this video, so head on over to that one if you want to know how to make the album first before you make the pages, and then you can then come back to this when you've done it. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, so please head on over to any of those social medias and click on there and come and follow me on there. And if you're not already a subscriber, then please subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Okay, let's get into the video. So we are on page, I think we're on page 5 now of this second album, and I've made one up already. So this is the page we're going to do. So this is just a lovely simple book. I like simple books. So all I've done is I've just added a ribbon and some dynamo words that I've stamped out and some little gems here. I've just taken a tag from the collection, the Stamperia collection, and I've just mounted it up just to add a little tag in that. So then we've got a photo mat here, and then that just pulls out, and you've got some places for journaling and to put some photographs on there. And then we've got a little flap here that opens out, and then a flap here that opens out. And then I've just added some little tuck spots here, look, so with some little tags that I've put in there, just some little tuck spots there. And then in here you can put another photo mat. It's just I didn't have time to make that one up, so you can add like another big photo mat in there, and then it just all closes up. And then that photo mat, if I can find it, and then you can have another, either a smaller one or the same size that just fits in there like so. Okay, so I would possibly put a smaller one. I think that's what I may do, is put a smaller one on the front and then keep the big one inside. But again, it's entirely up to you. You can put the big one in the little one in the front and the big one on the side, on the front. It's inside, on the front. It's very late. So let's get into making the page. Right, for our first cut, so first measurement. Now I'm going to make the pages up in white on camera, because when I've looked back over the videos, it's very hard to see what I'm doing in the black, so I thought I'd swap it up and make it in white. But what I'll do is when I come to stick my pattern paper on, I'll stick it on black. I'll make one up off camera so I can stick it in black, just so that I'm not wasting too much of the pattern paper. So our first cut will be 7 3/4 by 6 1/4. So that's our first cut. So you need to bring in your scoreboard, and with the long 7 3/4 measurement at the top, we're going to score down the shorter side. And I did. And you're going to score this at 2 inches. Okay. And make your score line there. and then fold that over, and then that will give the little pocket that all our little photo mats are going to sit in. So let's just like so. So you'll need then, if you've got or if you're working with the construction tape, this is how I put my I put these pockets together. Now what you could do is put your double-sided tape inside it there and then close it that way. But if you use your double-sided tape on the inside, you will have to decrease your photo mats that are going to go inside, because obviously where the double-sided tape is been, it's going to reduce that opening at the top. So I just stick the construction tape just on the side. Now it doesn't matter because we're not going to see this because it's going to be covered anyway. Now I learnt this technique by taking a chair Claire Charville's online workshops, as this is what she does. So it's a really good tip to use to make up your little pockets. Put them in there. Okay, so these little flaps here, we need to cut them. So we need to cut 2, and they're going to be, the measurement is going to be 6 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, so bring in your trimmer again and the paper. I'm going to see if I can use part of the bit that came off the page that we've just done. So 3 3/4, no, that's 4, 3 3/4 by 6 3/4, and that's 1, and then another one, 3 3/4 by 6 3/4. Put that to the side. Bring back your scoreboard, and then with the long edge along the top, so the longest measurement along the top of your scoreboard, we're just going to measure down to 1/2 inch, like so. Fold that over, and again with the other flap, like so. Now if you're wondering, this cardstock here is 225 GSM. It's a nice weight to use for memory books. So yes, and also the black card. The black card that I've been using recently to make this book up is from Lime Tree Crafts. I'm not sponsored by them or anybody, so it's just what I use. But it's a nice coated card. It's like, it's got a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's really nice to the touch. So it's I really like it. So with our little flaps, now you can do this of one or two ways. You can either put your you can attach it to the front here, or I'm going to do it to the back like so. Now I may just have over egged my measurement a little tiny bit. Now with my trimmer, the trimmer doesn't give me a 6 3/4 measurement, so it's like you have to kind of if it and hope for the best. So see, that one is perfect, but this one just needs a tiny little bit coming off it. Not a lot, it's just probably not even 1/16 of an inch. There, that's a little bit better. Just double check. There we go. Now I think I need to do this next one as well. Just a tiny slither, not even worth talking about because it's that tiny. And then that should, yes, there we go, that does that. So I'm going to put my double-sided tape on the inside of the tab. And as always, I'm using Scor-Tape. But if you haven't got Scor-Tape, you could use red liner tape. That works really, really well as well. You can also use just your normal PVA glue that you use for your memory books. That also works really, really well. Okay, so I'm just going to place it on the back, and I'm lining it up with the top of my page. So I've lined it up with the top here. I hope you can see that. Just move all these little bits out of the way. Okay, so next flap you do exactly the same. The double-sided tape goes on the inside of that flap. So when I mean the inside, it's on the side where you've got the valley fold. So that there is the valley fold in there, and if I turn it over, this side then is the mountain fold because it goes up. Okay, and again line it up with the top of your page, and don't push it so far into that score line, but just leave a tiny little gap so that you can fold it over like so. So then that is the first part of our page done. Okay. Now if you want to round your corners, if you've been rounding your corners in your book, then maybe go ahead and do that now. I should have done it before I stuck it into the book, but hey ho, I've done it now. So that then is the basic of our page. How simple and easy and quick is that? So we can cut out then our photo mats. So the photo mat, so one photo mat is 5 3/4 by 6, and the other photo mat is 5 1/2 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to cut them now. I'm not going to bring my trimmer over. I'm just going to cut them so that we've got I've got them done. So now if you didn't want to do just a photo mat, you could, which would be excellent, which would be a really nice, another nice idea, is you could make a little tiny booklet. So you could make a booklet to put in front here to hold those flaps closed. That really is another good idea that you could do. So you could make a little booklet, and that would be nice. That's then our photo mats in there. But if you wanted to make a booklet, you could just make one up so quickly. So if I took a sheet of white paper and we cut it at 6, so put the long, so you're measuring along the short edge here. Let's move that over like here, so that's the short edge of your paper. Cut that bit off, and then we can go to, if we go to 11, like so, that gives us a nice number to work from. So you would then not cut it, you would, I think, I'm not sure, I'm hoping that this is going to give me, yeah, so 11, so that's 5 1/2. So then just score it at 5 1/2 and fold it over like so. Okay, make sure you've got the edges lined up, And then there's another, so that's a little booklet that you can then put in there to instead of having your photo mat. So you've got like a little booklet photo mat. So that's another idea that you could use. Okay, right, I've just cut my exactly the same page, but in my black, so that we can decorate it, so I can decorate it with my patterned paper. So the patterned paper is really up to you, whatever paper you're using. Try and utilise it as much as possible. I use offcuts and things like that, so inside here I would use an offcut in sort of something like that, and then that way you're not wasting it, because this paper, you know, let's face it, it's expensive. So you know, we have to try and utilise it as much as we possibly can. So, oh, I've nearly forgot, we've got the tuck spots to put on, so let's do those first. So with the tuck spots, you need to find yourself some, obviously your pattern paper that you're going to use, and I don't want to use that piece because that's too nice, and that's too, I could use that one side, so let me just trim this bit down. I don't think I've got enough an offcut. I tend to keep all my little offcuts in a little plastic folder like this, and it just keeps them all together, and then you can just, you know, pick them out as and when you need them. But because I've had them out, they're not in there. They're all over the place, which is a bit of a pain. So let's have a look what I have got that we could use. Talk amongst yourself just a tiny little bit. Yeah, we'll use that. Okay, I haven't actually got a bit of an offcut that I wanted to show you. I mean, that's too, I mean, you could use that. That would be okay. You would just have to, a bigger tuck spot, which is, it doesn't matter. You could put something else bigger in there. So let's do that. So this little tiny piece of offcut here is just that little bit too big. So I'm going to cut that down. So if you are just pattern piecing these out, the flaps are, you'll need to cut them at 3 and 5/8 by 6 1/8, and you'll need 4 of those, okay, of your pattern paper. So I need to cut this at 3 and 5/8, like so, and then that should give me a nice finish. Okay, so let's just stick this piece on. Now I've changed my glue today. I'm using the bookbinding glue by Pinflair. Again, very good glue. I like their nozzle on their glue because it doesn't seem to block as much. So that's our first little piece on. So now I'm just going to measure. I can find my ruler, what I need. So I really want to come over there, so I really need something that's about 3 inches. So have I got something that I can use? Nope. Nope. Aha. Oh, that may just do it. So what we need to do now, I'm going to use that part. We need to get just an offcut of black or whatever colour card you're going to use. So just an offcut, and I'm going to cut it down to my 3 and 5/8, which was the measurement of the flap, like so. Okay, So that fits over there very nicely. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a bit of a border at the top. So there we go. So I'm just going to position this pattern paper a bit further down, and then I'm going to stick it on. So let's just give it some glue like so, and then stick that down on there. So you only want the black bit at the top, okay? You don't want it at the sides, just at the top. So you need to make sure that your pattern paper is virtually level with that black card. And make sure you're level at the top. There we are. And then I'm just going to get some big scissors, she says, and just trim it down that side like that, and then we can stick that on like so. So then that gives you the little tuck spot. So you put your black tape down three sides, so down two of the short sides, along the bottom, and then back up the other side. Okay, don't go along the top because obviously you won't be able to it won't be a tuck spot. So then take that double-sided tape off, and then we can stick that on. Now I've just realised what I've forgotten to do. I have forgotten to ink my edges, but never mind. And then you've got then a little tuck spot there to put in some lovely tags and things like that. Okay, so that's one. You could also put if you've got some paper clips, so you could add a tiny little tag. So let's just do a small little white piece of card. So if you wanted to, you could just add a white piece of card like that, and then that gives you some journaling space as well if you didn't want to keep it on. So that's another little idea. So put that in there because we'll do the other side. So let's do the other side. So again, exactly the same with our tuck spot. So look for an offcut of paper, and I've got that there, but that's really nice, so I want to use that on the outside. I think that feather's lovely, so I'm going to use it on the outside. What's this piece? No, I can't be using that. Like this piece, and then that's too small. That might work. No. Okay, so I'm just trying not to I'm just trying not to cut into another piece of paper if I can help it. I'm just trying to use up all my offcuts that I can. Okay, so I did this tuck spot on the other side, which was exactly the same as this side. So I just did that one while I was off camera. So for the base part of your page, you'll need to cut your pattern paper at 4.5 by 6 1/8. So it needs to be 4.5 by 6 1/8. Okay. And then that can just fit in there like so. You don't need to go right down to the bottom because obviously you're not going to see that. So, oh, that's nice as well. Yes, let's use that side. So stick that in like that, and then just for the pocket bit, the pocket is 1 7/8 by 6 1/8. So you may be able to use this part here that's just come off. So just cut that down to 1 7/8. So let's cut this bit off. So 1 7/8. Did I have that right? Yes, 1 7/8. 6 1/8. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Although that's a bit skewy. Not having much luck. There we go. That's a little bit better. So glue that on. So, and I've just noticed I've got a bit of, push that down, and then we've just then got the photo mat inside. So the photo mat inside was exactly the same as the outside, so you need to cover these up. So the photo mat for the pattern paper is 5 5/8 by 5 7/8. Okay, so that's what you need to do with your pattern paper, and then we can work on the outside bits. The next side, let's just use this piece of paper up. So I'm just using all my offcuts, that way we have got less wastage then. There we go, and we can just, hopefully, I might have a little bit there, and you can actually maybe make another tuck spot on this one. So let's do that, and then that way we're using a bit more of our paper. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue along the edge here, all the way along. Stick then our black piece of card on top of it, like so. Push that down. There we are. Push it over. And then we need to cut it down to do it that way. I think it was 5 7/8. No, 5 5/8. So let's cut that down to 5 5/8. This is where I find it's not 5 5/8. No, it's not. Right, we can go that way with the tuck spot if we wanted. No, we'll do another one. There, I can use this other side, so that's okay. I always get the measurements wrong. Stick that on there like so. And it is 5 7/8 is what I need. Oh, that's just right, so that worked out brilliantly. There we go. So then double-sided tape. So down the two short sides and one long side, like so. And then we can just position it at the top here. So we've got a nice equal border all the way around. There we go. And then we've got another tuck spot in there. So you can then put in some more little tags. I'm trying to find something just to put in there that we can see. So that's another little tuck spot. So let me cut this, and then we can cut this tag up like so. So what's is everybody using for their paper pads? What's your company of choice, or what is your paper of your choice? Which one are you using to do, if you're crafting along with me? Which paper pad is your favourite? What are you using? Leave some comments down below, and yeah, it'd be interesting to see what everybody's chosen to use. I love Stamperia. I love the smell of the paper. It's a bit like Graphic 45. You know, it's you have to give it a good sniff. You really do. Okay, so there's another tuck spot. So that's one of our where I've put my page. So that you can put inside. So that's then the photo mat that goes inside. So you've got spaces here to put some photographs. You've got some spaces here to put some photographs or some journaling. You put journaling down there as well. You could add some more of the white cards, so you've got journaling spots on there. So that goes like that. That closes up, and then that one closes up like so. There we go. We're going to do it that way. So again, just covering it up, and we just need to just cover these last ones. So we need, I'll have to go this way. So again, my memory is terrible. I can never remember. So 3 5/8 by 6 1/8. So 3 5/8 by 6 1/8. It's a shame it's not 6, because then that would have been able to fit. So we put that one on. We could do that side. No, let's keep it in the same spirit. Like so. And we need to make sure it's up the right way, because I've got text on here. Yes, that's one. Now you don't need to put magnets on these, because obviously the photo mat keeps them closed. Now I am going to use this piece, and then what I'll do is I'm going to put an extra strip down this side, just so that I'm using up this last piece of paper. So we'll go this side, I think, down. There we go. And then all I need to do is just add a strip down there. So I'm just going to add a white strip. So 3 5/8, like so. And then that can be our little journaling spot. I won't make it as a tuck. We'll just put it as a little journaling piece of card. There we go. Like that. So then we've used up our paper as well, and yeah, so that's that. So now we're on to the 2 outside photo mats, but I think I may just do one. I think I might just do one photo mat in here because it's getting a little bit full. So again, look at your paper, see what you've got, and if you know, once you've put your things in, you might find that it's getting a bit full. So you know, just plan it accordingly. So I'm just going to cut. I'm going to do a white piece of paper on this one, just so that I'm saving my big sheets of card. So this was 5 and 7/8 by 4. Sorry, 5 and 7/8 by 5 and 5/8. 5 and 7/8 by 5 and 5/8. So I'm just going to add the paper onto that side, and then this would make a lovely journaling, or you could put your photographs on here as well and stick them on, or if you wanted to, you could use the little photo corners that we've got. So I've got these ones. I've also got some coloured ones, so I'll show you the coloured ones. You'll be able to see them a wee bit better. So then these are the corners. So they just come off, and then they're sticky on the back, but then you put your whatever photograph you're going to use onto the corner, and then it keeps it nice and secure. But then if you want to change your photos, you can just take them out. So they're handy little things. So right, I digress. So on the back, again, if you wanted to just add your white card, you could. I'm going to see if I've got a little bit of an offcut, because I've got quite a bit of offie cuts here. There's a nice piece. Will it go that side? Oh, look at that. That's perfect. Couldn't have asked for a better fit. So put it up that way. And then I'm just going to add some white card on the top. There it goes. That goes in there like that. And then the white card, let's give it a measure. So this one is 2 3/8 by 2 3/8 by 5 5/8. 2 3/8. Oh, 2 3/8 by 5 5/8. Go. So that can go on. That's a bit big. 5 5/8. There we go. Oh, it's still a little bit big. What's wrong with my trimmer today? There we are. Better. So put your glue on. And bring it over, and then there's our next tab. Now you could put some paper clips on here and then add some other little tags. So this has actually worked out really well. Look at that. There we go. I could put that little in there like so. Okay. There we go. So then that fits in there like so. And then that then is our page. So all you've got to do now is just add some embellishments. But remember, don't add anything that's above, because then you won't be able to open your flaps. So we could cut, no, that's too big. What have we got? We could cut just, or I tell you what we'll do is we'll use the dynamo, and I've got gold in here at the minute, and we'll put Do What You Love. And then you could just add some flowers or something there. I don't think, maybe if I had a small, let's have a look what they've got on the little butterfly on here. That would be nice. So let's just take this bit off. Then I'm going to stick it onto some black card and then cut that out. Okay, so push it over there, stick it on, get my little scissors, so, and then cut out. Now I like to stick it onto card before I cut it out, because it's easier to cut out as well. And then you're only cutting out once, you're not cutting out twice. And also sticking it onto some card just makes it a bit more sturdier as well, so more than just putting it in with the paper. And cut round. Now you could leave a little border if you so wished. I'm going to cut up as near to the image as I can. Sometimes I leave a border, sometimes I don't. Okay, let's just turn it round, and then we can think about maybe putting that just down there. I am going to ink these edges though. That's just to get rid of that white core. There we are, like that. And then I'm going to put it onto some some sticky foam. I think maybe not that one. I've got some black in here somewhere. That might be a little bit better. Just across there, like so. And come on, off you come. Off you pop. And then that can go just there. And you could add as well, you could add some glossy accents to that, just to make that stand out a little bit more. That's not glossy accents, is it? There we are. Let's push that back because that will go. Okay, once we've got it all together, we can then put it into our book. Now, to put it into our book, because we haven't got this side done yet, we'll do that one afterwards. So you can either put it into the book now, or you can wait until you finish this side, but I'm going to put it in now. So again, it's entirely up to you how you put it in. So you can put them in so that they face each other, the double sides, or you can turn it round and have it that way. It's really up to you. I'm going to have the two double sides. So you bend back your hinge so that it is going back on itself, and then we're just going to put our double-sided tape on that hinge, pull that off, burnish that down, and then take off the backing. And then what I'm going to do is just fold it back on itself so that I can put the page up to that score line, and then I'm going to fold the hinge back over onto it like so, and then that's in and ready to go. So we'll have to do this page, but we can do that one obviously in another video. So that is then our 2 pages done. So we've got, so they're exactly the same, but obviously they're going to be our middle pages, so they are, you know, I wanted them to be the same. So again, if you, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's quite a quickish video today, so hopefully you've enjoyed it, and please come and follow me over on Facebook. You know, come and join my group, Memories Paper Art, and then you can just show all your makes that you've made, especially the ones that you've made from my videos. Will be lovely to see them. So yeah, head over there and show me those. I'll put all the descriptions and all the links in oh, let me get that right. I've put all the links in the description down below, so head on down there and yeah, click on that and it'll all be there ready. So again, thanks ever so much, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. I don't want to use that.